Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about self-care. Self-care is so important. I cannot express how important this is for enabling us to function correctly and be in our best selves. I don't care what you do, you need to find time for self-care. I am a busy mom of 2 girls who are under 7. I work as a business and mindset coach, actor, vlogger, blogger. I also take care of my husband who has brain cancer and just have to live a life, and it's busy and our world is busy, and so it is absolutely paramount to me to take time out to look after myself, and I have to schedule that in. And I think it's important that you do that as well, that you schedule time in, that you check in with yourself. Now that might seem crazy, like we should just be looking after ourselves, but because we are so busy, we have to factor that in and force ourselves to tune in and go, am I okay? What do I need? Because if we don't, we can be so busy, we just hurtle along in our lives, and then things like overwhelm kicks in, or we have depression and stress and anxiety and burnout because we're not checking in with ourselves to make sure that we are okay. So the things that when I'm talking about self-care, for me, I always think it's about getting back to basics first and foremost. So the basics of self-care are you eating right? Are you getting enough sleep? And are you drinking enough? Okay? I'm talking water, not alcohol. Don't do that, do much of that. Limit that. So they're the basics. So as a busy mom, I definitely don't eat correctly a lot of the time. I drink lots of green tea, so that probably the liquid intake's okay, and sleep is a constant battle. I'm quite lucky with my children, they sleep amazingly, so I have no excuse. It's my busy mind, and if I don't take time to slow down in the hours leading up to sleep, I find it very difficult. Yeah, sleep time can be difficult. My husband's had some seizures in his sleep as well, which also makes me very in the night. And sleep is so important, and I know that if I don't get enough sleep, I feel rubbish. So we have to start with the fundamentals first. So on your self-care day, whenever that day is that you're going to factor in, I think a Sunday is a good day for a self-care day, purely because it feels like the start into the end of one week, the beginning of a new week. I think a Sunday has a natural vibration of being calmer because people tend to be off their work. The shops may be closed, it just seems a little bit like it has a slower vibe. So Sunday tends to be a good day for me to check in with myself and just make sure I'm doing the right things and that I'm feeling good. So I will check in and I will go, okay, I need to eat right, because we know that if we're not getting the right nutrients into our body, we ain't gonna run correctly, we're not gonna have the right fuel. So make yourself something decent to eat, something that's gonna be nutritious but really tasty and that you're gonna enjoy. And if you like cooking and that's part of the process, that can be a really therapeutic way. Spend a day, get some nice ingredients and really cook yourself a meal. And even if it's just you, if you're not cooking for somebody else, imagine that you are cooking this for somebody else. Imagine that you are, give yourself the nice plates and cutlery and set it out nice. Maybe put a candle out, go for a date with yourself, even if it's just you. And if you have a partner, then make some food for them and sit down together and talk and make it an enjoyable experience. Food is paramount to who we are, so we need to treat that as such. So get something good down your neck, eat some good food that's going to make you feel good. Making sure that you're taking in enough liquid as well, just check in with that, because sometimes we don't even notice that we're not, and then we either feel hungry, and that's when people can tend to overeat because they're actually dehydrated, or our skin feels rubbish, we feel like we're sleepy because we haven't drank enough, and we need it. It's so important. So just take a look at that. Maybe do yourself a little drink chart, so you just check off when you're having a drink, or schedule throughout your day and think, right, okay, at this time I'm definitely going to make sure I need a drink, at this time I'm going to have a drink, but take it really, really seriously. And your sleep is so important. You just can't function if you're not getting enough sleep, and we get conditioned to hurtle through life and sleeping is cheating, and you gotta, I'll sleep when I'm dead. We hear all this stuff, and we sort of equate it with success. And I don't think it's successful to be running on an empty. And I have done this. I have been that person that I don't need any sleep, and I do. And I know that Ariana Huffington. She has a massive push for this, and she's got some amazing blogs and courses all about this. You should have a look at that, see if I can link that below. And she does all this good stuff talking about how important sleep is for our mental health and functioning day to day. So check in and work out where you can get more sleep. Have an afternoon nap. That's okay. If you can do that, do it. I will often, if I get a chance to and the kids are at school, if I can have an afternoon nap, I unashamedly will nap because I need to sometimes. So check in with that and make your sleep time routine an enjoyable experience. So I would really suggest getting off the tech, getting off Facebook and Twitter late at night. I'm a total hypocrite and I do not always get this right, and sometimes I will be on Twitter and Facebook too late at night, and I know that it makes me feel rubbish. It disrupts my sleep. So it's about forcing yourself to do that, and the way I do that is I take my phone out of my bedroom and I plug it in somewhere downstairs so I can't even have access to it, because otherwise I'll be too tempted to play on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. It's just the way it is. We around it so much. So make the bedtime routine nice. You know, relax yourself, have a nice bath, you know, have a drink of tea or hot chocolate or whatever it is that relaxes you before bed. Get a book. Reading is good, and that's not going to make your mind overactive. And take some time to wind down. If you like meditation or yoga, there's some lovely sequences that you can do before bed that just help you to wind down and just calm your mind so that it can get a good night's sleep. These fundamentals of eating well, drinking well, and getting enough sleep are major in self-care. But then there's plenty other ways that I think we really need as people to just feel full and good. And I would say being creative is one of those things. Now I'm lucky because I live in a creative world and I have children, and children are naturally creative, so there's lots of opportunity for me to be creative. Now even if you think, yeah, but I'm really not creative, I'm not that kind of person, there are things that you can do that just allow you to have that side to yourself. I think we do need that kind of switch off, whether that's adult colouring books or sketching. I quite like to sketch things. Doesn't matter if it's any good, whether you like writing or just some way of creativity. I also like to do like goals boards, and that can be really fun and very, very useful. So getting magazines and cutting things out that equate to the things, you know, let me think about the things that I want to do, the goals, the things that I want to achieve. And that's creative, and it allows you to have that side to you, whether you like gardening or cooking. Cooking is another thing that sounds so Geordie, doesn't it? Cooking. That's another way of being creative. If you like makeup, or I do face paint with the girls, I actually find that really therapeutic. Painting your nails, if you're a girl or a boy who likes painting his nails, you know, that can be actually quite creative and therapeutic. Finding a way to zone out a little bit without it just being television or playing on your phone or computer games or something that isn't necessarily good for your mind overall. Try and find something that zones your mind out, whether it's a crossword puzzle or a word search or something that just focuses you without and allows you to let go of the stuff that's going on around you, but doesn't just numb it away or distract it away. Yeah, that can be useful in the self-care. I think also tips I would say are looking after yourself, spending some time, you know, washing your hair and doing your face and just moisturising, things that just make you feel a little bit better the rest of the week. You know, just taking that little bit of time to make you feel good, whatever that is that you need to do, and just making you a priority, because you really need to be. You cannot help anybody else if you aren't right, if you don't feel good, and if you don't take this time out to do that and allow yourself to feel good and be around people that you like to be around and laugh. Laughter is so important to self-care. Go and watch a film that makes you giggle, spend time with that friend that's just a proper laugh, and you know, send each other pictures and funny things, just, you know, laughter is so important in your self-care. Again, as adults we can get too serious and not belly laugh, and we need to do that to feel good. Okay, So this week, my challenge to you is to spend some time on your self-care. Take some time out, check in with how you are right now. Set yourself a few little goals. They don't have to be mammoth, massive goals. Just set yourself a challenge where you go, do you know what? Once a day I'm going to check in with myself. I'm just going to have a nice cup of tea. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to feel grateful for the things I do have and stop talking about and thinking about the things that are my challenges, and just really take some time out to love yourself and be kind to yourself. And when you do that, you will notice that actually things are a little easier and you're probably better to people around you as well. Because when I don't take time on self-care, I'm snappier. I don't feel like I'm giving the world the best of myself. And I'm sure we all feel the same with that. So take some time, let me know how you get on. Tell me what days you've scheduled, the things that you're going to do this week, and enjoy it. I look forward to hearing what you do, and look after yourself. Speak to you all soon.